Magic is a tricksy business. When it's not bringing headless ghosts back from the grave or enchanting cars to sail through the sky, it is sneaking subtle references into our favourite films. I guess they don't call it movie magic for nothing. And of course, the most magical movies of them all are the ones that brought the wizarding world to life, with the Harry Potter films pumped full of secrets in places we never even thought to look. Never fear though, as you need use no apprecium charm to reveal this mighty list of hidden Easter eggs brought to the fore. We've trawled through all 8 films and found the coolest secrets hidden within the walls of Hogwarts, and made a lovely Marauders map of references for those of you interested in finding them for yourself. Diagon Alley, eat your heart out. These are the real secrets Muggles should be keeping their peepers peeled for. I am the Nargle, Ash from What Culture, and these are 10 Easter eggs in Harry Potter films you didn't notice. Honourable mention, Dumbledore's Lair. Now, this comes first since it's one you didn't notice on the grounds that it wasn't actually in the films, but it's still an interesting shout out before we get to the good stuff all the same. Dumbledore's office is undoubtedly an intriguing place, but we were always left with the burning question of where the Great Wizard slept. Some believed he had to fly out to a local Premier Inn every night after a hard day's work, while others thought that he hung upside down from the office's roof like a gigantic, bearded bat. That is, not the case though. The bedroom of the headmaster is actually directly adjoined to his office. It may have never made an appearance in any of the Warner Brothers films or in the bonus footage, but Albus's bedroom was still created with as much care and detail as any other room shown in the films. It must have been frustrating being the designer of that particular set, putting hours into creating a bedroom consistent with the style of Hogwarts, only for it to never receive a minute of airtime. Alright then, keep your secrets, Dumbledore. 10. The Trophy Cabinet. When Harry is being educated as to how much of a beast Big Daddy James Potter was on the Quidditch field in the first movie, his attention is pointed in the direction of the Trophy Cabinet. Our attention is naturally drawn to James's name on an award, so missing this Easter egg is forgivable. But the 2 other names inscribed are interesting enough all on their own. One M.G. McGonagall has caused debate among die-hard Potter fans, as some incorrectly argue that it is the Transfiguration teacher Minerva. However, we know that the head of Gryffindor House attended Hogwarts as a student circa 1947 to 1954 before starting as a teacher in December 1956. This would make it impossible for her to win an award as a student in 1971. It's more likely her younger brother, Malcolm McGonagall, instead. An even more inconspicuous Easter egg is the inscription of R.J.H. King, which is actually a reference to John King, supervising art director of the film. And in one last little award shout-out, the trophy tucked away behind James Potter's Quidditch Award is Tom Riddle's Special Award for services to the school, which would become all too relevant in the next film. 9. Neville's Passion. Neville Longbottom gets a rough ride in the Harry Potter saga, or at least he does until he discovers his natural affinity for garden crafts and his green fingers become his calling card, earning him position as Hogwarts' Professor of Herbology by the time the story closes out. And it is no coincidence that the Longbottom genes are particularly flora-minded. Intriguingly, the Longbottom surname found its genesis in J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy. In Tolkien's richly detailed Middle-earth, Longbottom is a region of the Shire responsible for growing the best pipeweed money can buy. So, Longbottom is both the name of this region renowned for growing plants, and the surname of the boy with a penchant for magical gathering. Pipeweed, gillyweed, it is all the same weed, eh? 8. Hagrid and Hades. In the Philosopher's Stone, we are treated to the appearance of Hagrid's beloved Fluffy, the 3-headed dog that guards the trapdoor leading to the Philosopher's Stone on the forbidden 3rd floor. The Fluffy shown in the film, created with some technical CGI wizardry, is based on the appearance of a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. It comes as no surprise that the 3-headed hound belongs to Rubeus Hagrid, who is renowned for having a knack for collecting dangerous beasties. When being grilled by Harry, Ron and Hermione, Hagrid boasts about he acquired the guard dog from a Greek chappie he met in the pub. It becomes clear that Fluffy is intended to be Cerberus of Greek mythology, the 3-headed dog which guards the gates of hell in much the same way Fluffy keeps a watchful eye over the stone. I mean, the real question here is who knew that Hades drank at the Leaky Cauldron? 7. Number 7. In his first and only year as the captain of Gryffindor's Quidditch team in The Half-Blood Prince, Harry must step up from being the squad's match-winning seeker and become the leader capable of turning the rabble into an organised, winning unit. In the end, because of course this is how it goes, the Gryffindor team under Potter's command are able to continue the legacy of previous captains by winning the prestigious Quidditch Cup. In the shots of Potter hosting the team tryouts, he is shown wearing a number 7 jersey. Aside from linking Harry with the footballing greats who have worn this number, like Cristiano Ronaldo and David Beckham, it anticipates the revelation that later in the film, we discover that Harry is actually the 7th and last Horcrux keeping the Dark Lord alive. Ooh, we love a bit of foreshadowing! 6. The Tale of the Three Brothers. The animated sequence in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is widely regarded as one of the most visually arresting sequences in the entire film series, temporarily discarding live action in favour of animation. Surprisingly, the film's creators were interested in employing a fully animated sequence to reflect more than the fact that the fairy tale was traditionally told to wizard children. Nearing the end of the long-running series, they wanted to reminisce on the fact that, originally, Warner Brothers had intended to make every film with CGI animation. The studio's reasoning was that they believed the rapid aging of child actors, combined with the meandering nature of producing films, could spell disaster for the series. Thankfully, J.K. Rowling vetoed the idea and the studio opted to produce the films back-to-back instead. The animated Easter egg in the penultimate film reflects the direction Warner Brothers initially intended to take the series in. 5. Goats galore. During the Order of the Phoenix, Harry and his pals form Dumbledore's army, with their first meeting held in the Hog's Head going sideways when it seems to be completely unattended. The trio walk into the bleak pub and find it deserted, other than a barman and a curiously random goat behind the bar. It turns out, however, that this goat is actually an Easter egg referring to Aberforth Dumbledore, who we encounter in the penultimate film. The middle sibling of Albus and Ariana is described as having some sort of obsession with goats, which, rather worryingly, gets him in trouble with the wizarding authorities at one point. The seemingly out-of-place goat is a subtle nod to the dilapidated establishment being owned by Albus's younger brother. Some believe the barman to be Aberforth himself, though when we see him in the later title, he's played by Kieran Hines. Magic, eh? 4. Finish at the start. With a bit of maths coming into play, the final battle between Harry and Voldemort in the last movie takes place 17 years after the boy who lived is born. Using the tombstones of Lily and James Potter, which said they were tragically murdered in 1981, observant fans deduced that Harry must have been born in 1980, since we knew the day of his birth but not the year. This means that the epic showdown with Voldemort must take place in 1997. Fascinatingly, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was first published in 1997, so this means that Rowling cleverly made it so that the narrative literally opens at the close. This Easter egg may be extremely cryptic, but it is a smart little trick played by the book's author. 3. A brief history of time. In a world where light energy can be created with the right words and a wooden stick, people can fly around the Earth on broomsticks which don't burn fossil fuel, and folk can transform into animals, you'd think that the laws of physics are fairly irrelevant. Science may be a subject which has fairly little power in the world of Harry Potter, but this doesn't stop one wizard dabbling in it in The Prisoner of Azkaban. The camera pans across the leaky cauldron and we see an ominous-looking wizard stirring his drink while scanning over Stephen Hawking's seminal work, A Brief History of Time. This is no ordinary wizard though. This is Ian Brown, the lead singer of the Stone Roses. Ian Brown, it seems, is a wizard and a powerful one at that, as he is capable of doing magic without a wand, a feat even Voldemort finds difficult. 2. The Marauders map reveals all. The Marauders map is irrefutably one of the coolest magical items in the wizarding world. It has the power of revealing the location of anyone in Hogwarts, regardless of whether they are under the effects of Polyjuice Potion, invisibility cloaks, or animagi, and reveals wizards and witches not just in every classroom, hallway, and corridor, but also across all of the grounds, secret passages, and hidden rooms. Anyone who knows just how sprawling Hogwarts is will appreciate this handy piece of hardware. In order to activate the map's enchantment, the owner must recite the phrase, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good." The eagle-eyed viewer will see that 2 others shown on the map are also up to no good in The Prisoner of Azkaban, having their mischief managed in some shadowy corner of Hogwarts as the map pans across the screen in credits. And we didn't think the students got frisky until the Half-Blood Prince. 1. Snape's Lament. Without a doubt, the most intricate yet bitterly sad Easter egg in the Harry Potter series comes in the first film, in Professor Snape's very first encounter with a young Harry. After ridiculing his celebrity status, Snape appears to quiz Potter's potion knowledge by asking, "What would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood?" Though it may seem like an attempt to humiliate Harry in front of the class, which it certainly does, this is actually a coded message, which will be lost on nearly all of the film's viewers other than those possessing an impressive knowledge of Victorian practices. In the 19th century, it was customary for each flower type to be assigned a specific meaning. Asphodel is a member of the lily family and was associated with death and regret, while wormwood was linked with absence. Thus, by asking Harry this question, Snape is actually expressing a disguised message pertaining to his regret over the loss of Harry's mother, Lily Potter. Of course, the significance of this message only becomes clear after we're informed about the bond Severus shared with Lily. But still, what a cool little code thrown in for something that could have been meaningless. And that's our list. What other Easter eggs belong up here? Share your findings in the comment section below. I've been Ash, and this has been What Culture. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and come back again soon for some more magical film content. Thanks for watching.